you back to New Moon.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, I came back. If I say something crazy, that's because I'm on medication. Y'all just bear with me.
All right, good.
All right, so one of the things that entails when you depart from evil, you're going to be keeping God's commandments. When you're keeping God's commandments, give me that, and it just popped in my mind. Ecclesiastes 7:7 about oppression. Yuri?
Yes, sir. Ecclesiastes chapter 7, verse 7. Surely oppression maketh a wise man mad.
Now I'm going to tie that in with Isaiah 59 and verse 15. Remember in Isaiah 59:15, it says, he that departeth from evil makes himself a prey. When you depart from evil, that means you're keeping God's commandments. The evil is the great words of Daniel 7:25. Everybody understand that? Okay, if I lose somebody, raise your hand and let me know you're lost. Okay? So now, when you depart from evil, Ecclesiastes 7:7 again.
Surely oppression.
This eagle is an oppressive system. This fourth kingdom brings forth oppression. Read that again.
Surely oppression maketh a wise man mad.
Only a wise man that keeps the commandments will realize how truly oppressed we are as a people. But those of us that want to assimilate with the eagle, that want to assimilate with this fourth kingdom, oppression is normal. Oppression is just, there's nothing wrong with the way we live. Everything's good in the hood is gravy. Read it again, Yuri.
Surely oppression maketh a wise man mad.
But the Bible says surely oppression makes a wise man mad. You must be wise to see the oppression. And once you get mad, that don't mean you go out and do something stupid. That means you sit back and you think, okay, I'm keeping the commandments. What's my plan of action? You put it on the screen. Not that one. One that ain't got no daggone, yeah, you could put that on the screen. You could put all that on the screen. That's some good stuff right there. Put something on the screen, Alicia. Make a decision. Okay. Terrorists in the White House. Now, you got to realize, things you may ask, well, they know what being oppressed. No, what do they want to do? Assimilate. Our people that are protesting in the street, they want to assimilate into white society. They want to be treated as equals. We don't want that. I'm going to tell you straight. We don't want that. Well, what you want, nigga? What you want? Give me Deuteronomy 7:6. This is what we want. Deuteronomy 7:6. Come on.
Deuteronomy chapter 7, verse 6. For thou art an holy people.
The Bible says we are a holy people. Go ahead.
Unto the Lord thy God.
Read.
The Lord thy God have chosen thee to be a special people.
The Lord said he chose us to be a special people.
Unto himself.
Unto himself.
Above all people.
Above all people. Above all people. Not equal to. He said you are a special people and you are above all people. Does everybody understand that? That's what God says, that we want everything God gave to us. Was that it, Yuri?
Above all people that are upon the face of the earth.
Ain't no ifs, ands, or buts about it. So now, go to 2 Ezra 14:13. Now that we know that makes us wise. We recognize and see the oppression. We don't want to assimilate. We don't want to be equal to. We want what God says, that we are above all people. You sound like you're talking about supremacy. God calls it supremacy. That's what it is. He said we are special people above all people. You can put whatever word you want to it. It is what it is. Come on, Yuri.
2 Ezra chapter 14, verse 13. Now, therefore, set thine house in order.
Now, as a wise man, it says you shall set your house in order. The first thing, before you can deal with anybody else, you got to set your mind right, and you got to set your own house in order. Go ahead.
and reprove thy people.
You see the order? Then you reprove your people. You got brothers running around. The wife won't even make them a damn sandwich. She won't do a daggone thing. He says the kids disrespect you and call you nigger and smack you upside the head. Now you want to go teach you on the street. Are you insane, brothers? Are you crazy? Read it again.
Now therefore, set thine house in order and reprove thy people.
That's the order. It then it says, and reprove thy people. Go ahead.
Comfort such of them as be in trouble.
Trouble such of them as be in trouble. Comfort them. How do we comfort them? With the words of the Bible. With the words. Read it again. Deuteronomy 7 and 6. Come on, one more again.
Deuteronomy.
This is comforting.
Deuteronomy chapter 7, verse 6. For thou art an holy people unto the Lord thy God. The Lord thy God has chosen thee to be a special people to himself above all people that are upon the face of the earth.
That's comforting, brothers. That's comforting, sisters. Let's get some more comfort. Revelation 13, 9 and 10.
Revelation.
We need some comfort. Go ahead.
Revelation chapter 13 and verse 9. Revelation chapter 13, verse 9. If any man have an ear.
You got ears on your head, a brain in your head. Go ahead.
Let him hear.
Understand.
He that leadeth into captivity.
Did not this white man, this fourth kingdom, lead us into captivity? Read.
Shall go into captivity.
The Bible says this fourth kingdom shall go into captivity. Go ahead.
He that killeth with the sword.
Did not this fourth kingdom kill us with their weaponry? Read.
Must be killed with the sword.
God says this fourth kingdom shall be killed with weaponry. Go ahead.
Here is the patience and the faith of the saints.
That's the patience and the faith of the saints. Now, is that some comforting words right there, brothers? Is that some comforting words right there, sisters? That's some comfort to your soul right there. All we got to do is be patient, sit back and relax and let the Most High do his work. We ain't got to lay a hand. The Most High just tells us, gather the people. Give me that Psalms 50 and 21. Psalms 50 and verse 21.
Psalm chapter 50, verse 21. These things hast thou done, and I kept silent.
All the wicked oppression at this fourth kingdom, this eagle has done to our people. The Lord said, all these things that you've done, I kept silent. Read.
Thou thoughtest that I was all.
Go ahead, put it on the. Yeah, look at that thing right there. Some bad stuff right there. Hey, now you see, leave it there. Give me Daniel 7 and 9. Give me Daniel 7 and 9. I got to have that. That wasn't on my repertoire right there, but since you threw that up there, I need it. Daniel 7 and 9.
Daniel chapter 7, verse 9. And I beheld till the thrones were cast down.
So Daniel, the prophet, said that he beheld and saw all the thrones of the world thrown down. He saw the throne of America thrown down. He saw the throne of Britain thrown down. He saw the throne of Germany and France thrown down. He saw the throne of Japan and China thrown down. Read that again.
I beheld till the thrones were cast down, and the Ancient of Days did sit.
The Ancient of Days did sit, having no beginning of days or no end of days. Go ahead. In order to sit, you gotta have a body in order to sit. Go ahead.
Whose garment was white as snow.
Whose garment, that word garment means clothing. Whose clothing was white, like what?
As snow.
As snow. In order to wear clothes, to have a garment, you gotta have what, brothers? A body. Go ahead.
And the hair of his head like the pure wool.
And it says, and the hair in his head was like the pure wool. So what is God? A black man. That's what the Bible says. Get mad if you want. We don't give a damn. Get mad if you want. Go ahead.
His throne was like the fiery flame.
His throne was like the fiery flame. You can't just approach the man on the throne or else you die, nigga, die. Go ahead.
His throne was like the fiery flame, and his wheels as burning fire.
And those wheels, those are the chariots that encircle the throne, like burning tracks of fire. Read that again. You hear that part?
His throne was like the fiery flame, and his wheels as burning fire.
Was that it?
Yes, sir.
All right, let's go on back now to Psalms 50, 21. Y'all stirred me up there.
Psalms.
You're hype. That's comfort. That's some comfort right there. This is why we got to celebrate. We honor the Lord and thank Him for giving us this new moon. Okay? He's trying to bring us and draw us closer to Him. Go ahead.
Psalm chapter 50, verse 21. These things hast thou done.
These things hast thou done. What things? The oppressiveness upon the 12 tribes of Israel, that this fourth kingdom has done, that this eagle has done. Go ahead.
And I kept silence.
The Lord said, and I kept silent. Go ahead.
Though thou thoughtest that I was...
Read that part. You messed me up with that. Read it again.
Yes, sir. Thou thoughtest that I was altogether such an one as thyself.
This white man, give me the picture. This white man thought that because he kept silent, he thought God Almighty was such a one as himself. He thought God was, surely God's a white man. That's what he thought. Put it on the screen. Put it on the screen. He thought God had pink red skin. He thought God went around with a pink negligee. He thought God had little nude. This is a pedophile. That's a pedophile. Look at little white babies around him. He says, surely God is a pedophile like me. That's what he thought. What's somebody trying to grab what? Oh, I never noticed that hand under Adam's butt. There's a hand under Adam's behind. Look at that. Somebody come look at this with his cursed self. Adam is cursed. The hell is this? Where we at, Yuri?
We still in verse 21.
Come on, read it again, read it again, read it again.
These things hast thou done, and I kept silence.
So with all the oppressiveness that this fourth kingdom has done, that this eagle has done, that Esau, Edom has done, the Most High God was silent. Go ahead.
Thou thoughtest that I was altogether such an one as thyself.
The white man said, well, because God is silent, surely God is a white man like me. Read.
But I will reprove thee.
But the Lord said he will reprove thee. Go ahead.
And set them in order before thine eyes.
And set the 12 tribes of Israel in order before their eyes. That's what you're seeing right now. That's what a wise man does. Not only does he get himself right, after he gets himself right, disciplines his thoughts, his character, his speech, he says, now it's time for me to get my household in order. Let me get my big mouth wife in order, my knucklehead children in order, get the whole house in order. And once I've done that, now it's time to set the people in order. That's the order of things. You men understand that thing right there? Read that again, Yuri.
These things hast thou done, and I kept silence. Thou thoughtest that I was altogether such an one as thyself. But I will reprove thee and set them in order before thine eyes.
Y'all see that? Y'all see that right there? And set them in order before thine eyes. So the Lord is setting up the 12 tribes of Israel. We ain't got time. What about the other? We can't worry about the other camps. We're setting the example for the other camps. Their job is to follow our lead. Follow our lead. Follow our lead. That's all we can say because we're setting the nation in order. The Most High put the Spirit on us to do that thing. Okay? So from there, Titus 1 and 5. Titus chapter 1 and verse 5.
Titus chapter 1 verse 5. For this cause I left thee in Crete.
For this cause Paul left Titus in Crete. Go ahead.
That thou shouldest set in order the things that are wanting.
He said, Titus, I want you to set in order the things that are lacking, that are wanting. The word wanting means lacking. Think what you see out of order, Titus, I want you to set the men in order. Set the men in order, then set the women in order. Get their minds right. Read it again, read it again.
For this cause left I thee in Crete, that thou shouldest set in order the things that are wanting.
The things that are lacking. They're lacking understanding on God's laws, set them in order. Go ahead, put it up on the screen. Okay? Put that on the screen right there. Okay? Oh, I'm looking for something right now. Bear with me a second. Y'all see that? Give me Colossians 2 and 5, Yuri. Colossians 2 and 5.
Colossians chapter 2, verse 5. For though I be absent in the flesh,
Because Paul was always traveling, and at times he was under arrest. For though I be absent in the flesh, go ahead.
yet am I with you in the spirit,
That's how I feel too. Yet am I with you in the spirit. Go ahead.
joying and beholding your order.
Your what?
Your order.
Your what?
Your order.
Beholding your order. So even if I'm not around brothers and sisters, you make sure that order is maintained. Everybody understand that? Go ahead.
And the steadfastness of your faith in Christ.
And the steadfastness of your faith in Christ. So organize, get your mind right. Discipline yourself. Set up in order your family. Organize the people. Okay? This is about nation building. Nation building. Brothers, we got to understand to focus. Focus more on the people who inspire you than the people who annoy you. Okay, always understand that. You'll get much further in life. Some of you focus on people that annoy you. You got to change your circle of brothers. Everybody that sits here ain't in the spirit. Everybody that's amongst you with fringes and a border of blue ain't in the spirit. I had to choose my circle wisely, because sometimes knuckleheads will draw near you. And they always say the stupid things that always get you written up. Get you in trust. Listen, stop. Bro, we can't hang. You and me can't hang together. Sisters do the same thing. They always hang around a knucklehead sister that gossips and murmurs. Then all their names is in the pool of murmuring. Why am I being pulled in it? Because you hang around knuckleheads. That's right. That's why. Change your circle. Focus more on the people who inspire you than the people who annoy you. Now, the next thing we got to learn to do, brothers, in this truth, we got to learn dark sayings. What is this Bible talking about? Give me Ecclesiasticus 39:1. Ecclesiasticus 39:1. Yuri, you with me?
Yes, sir.
Come on.
Ecclesiasticus chapter 39, verse 1. But he that giveth his mind to the law of the Most High and is occupied in the meditation thereof.
Wait. But he that giveth his mind to the law of the Most High. Brothers, sisters, I want y'all to see, peep that. Give your mind to the law of the Most High. Go ahead.
And is occupied in the meditation thereof.
Be occupied in the meditation thereof, okay? Meaning, think about it. See, you might not always be sitting down studying. You may be at work. But you still got to, that's why we say read those 4 chapters a day, minimum. 4 chapters a day, minimum. If you can't literally open the book and read, get the audio. Put it in one of your ears and listen. That's what I used to do at work. While my boss is ranting and raving, he'd be cursing me out sometimes. I got one ear plug. He goes, you listen to me? I'm like, I hear every word you over there saying. But I'm listening on one side to the word of the Most High, meditating. Go ahead. Come on, Yuri.
But he that giveth his mind to the law of the Most High and is occupied in the meditation thereof will seek out the wisdom of all the ancient and be occupied in prophecy.
I want y'all to understand the order of learning. Some of us want dark sayings first. In order to understand the dark sayings, you got to give your mind to the law of the Most High first. Because all of the dark sayings and parables, the prophecies are based upon God's laws. That's what a lot of people have not figured out yet. Read on, Yuri.
Verse 2, he will keep the sayings of the renowned men, and where subtle parables are, he will be there also.
And where subtle parables are, he will be there also. Why? Because he's been meditating on the Lord of Most High. He thought, I understand that. I know what that's talking about. Go ahead.
He will seek out the secrets of grave sentences.
He will seek out the secrets of grave meaning dark sentences. Go ahead.
And be conversant in dark parables.
And be conversant, meaning be able to discuss dark parables. Everybody see that? Everybody understand that? Okay. Give me chapter 38. Ecclesiasticus chapter 38. Now, I want to start at verse 24.
Ecclesiasticus chapter 38, verse 24. The wisdom of a learned man cometh by opportunity of leisure.
So, brothers, in order to understand to meditate on the law, to be occupied in dark sentences and subtle parables, things of that nature, you need some leisure time. I know you all got to work, but you need some leisure time. Yeah, you got to make it happen. You got to create it. Okay? Even if it's just 2 hours when you get home. Tell the wife, the kids, hey, leave me alone for 2 hours. I need leisure time. Read that again.
The wisdom of a learned man cometh by opportunity of leisure, and he that hath little business shall become wise.
He that hath little business shall become wise. Okay, now watch this. Jump over. Read on.
Verse 25. How can he get wisdom that holdeth the plow?
How can you get wisdom if you're always occupied with your job? Go ahead.
And that glorieth in the goad.
Come on.
That driveth oxen, and is occupied in their labors, and whose talk is of bullocks.
And whose talk is of bullocks, meaning your job, your occupation. I remember I was sitting around one brother. We were in a car, and I'm talking about scripture. He's talking about the various jobs he had. And after I'd say about maybe 10 minutes, I picked up the pattern. He didn't know the scriptures. All he wanted to talk about was work. And I had to say, bro, stop talking to me. Stop talking to me. Some brothers say, I want to be around Bishop. I do get rude sometimes. Stop, bro, don't talk to me no more. Talk to this dude over here. Don't talk to me. Because you're annoying me. You are annoying me with your conversation. Okay? Somebody that's their whole talk is their job. I'm going to make this amount of money. I'm going to do this. You're annoying. Okay? Jump over now. Jump over. Verse 31 and read down.
Verse 31. All these trust to their hands, and every one is wise in his work.
Your job, your job, your job. Go ahead.
Without these cannot a city be inhabited.
Yeah, that's true. Without these brothers that talk about their job, a city can't be inhabited. Go ahead.
And they shall not dwell where they will, nor go up and down.
Read.
They shall not be sought for in public counsel.
You brothers that's occupied in your job all the time, nobody's looking for you for public counsel. I hope y'all ain't got people like that counseling here in Riverdale. Some schools, captains, listen, brothers that's occupied, I don't care about their rank. If they're occupied in their work, they should not be counseling nobody. Read that again, Yuri.
They shall not be sought for in public counsel, nor sit high in the congregation.
Stop allowing them to raise up in the congregation. Their job. Go ahead.
They shall not sit on the judge's seat.
They shall not sit on the judge's seat. Go ahead.
Nor understand the sentence of judgment.
I'm confused. Why'd y'all pass that judgment? Hey, find me that in Proverbs. You know what I want. Wicked men. Write that one. I want that one right there. This is why you're confused. Hold on. Somebody help me out here. It's about wicked men. Wicked men. Got it? Proverbs 28:5.
Proverbs chapter 28, verse 5.
Come on.
Evil men understand not judgment.
You hear that right there? Read it again.
Evil men understand not judgment.
One of the things that make you evil, brothers, is that you put your job above the word of the Most High. You study and meditate about your job more than the word of the Most High. You put your job first and God last. So you don't understand judgment. So when judgment comes up, read it again, Yuri.
Evil men understand not judgment.
Go ahead.
But they that seek the Lord understand all things.
But they that seek the Lord, they that meditate upon the laws of the Most High, understand all things. I got it. I understand. Okay. Now I got a million examples just popped to my head. The most famous one, how many of you have heard, y'all know in Romans 16:17 it says, how does it go? Mark them that cause division and avoid them. Y'all heard that one, right? How many times have we heard when we had to put somebody out, somebody goes, That's not the right understanding. You're still supposed to be around them and deal with them. We hear it all, and it's always from these brothers and sisters who don't study. Right, they only say that when they get put out. That's the wrong breakdown. Christ said if they don't hear the church, treat them as what? A heathen and a publican. So what does that mean? We give them hugs and kisses? No. But when they're put out, I'm confused. I don't understand the judgment. Go back, Yuri, to where you was at.
Yes, sir.
Where was you at?
Verse 33. Ecclesiasticus chapter 38, verse 33. Mm-hmm. They shall not be sought for in public council, nor sit high in the congregation. They shall not sit on the judge's seat.
Here comes.
Nor understand the sentence of judgment.
Evil men understand not judgment. I'm confused. Here you are. Because you're always occupied in your job. Go ahead.
They cannot declare justice and judgment.
They can't declare justice and judgment. Read.
And they shall not be found where parables are spoken.
When we discussing parables, they ain't going to be around. They're going to be in the corner back there talking about their job, their business. Go ahead.
But they will maintain the state of the world.
But they will maintain the state of this fourth kingdom. They will maintain the state of the United States. Their only purpose is to support and sustain this fourth kingdom. Read that again, Yuri.
But they will maintain the state of the world, and all their desire is in the work of their craft.
Now, see that? That's where their desire is. So, brothers, our job is to build God's kingdom. Or Esau's kingdom, Esau's kingdom will hire you to build his. Okay? You got two choices. You can help to build God's kingdom, or you can build this fourth kingdom here. One of them kingdoms, not one of them. This kingdom's going to go. I hope y'all understand that. Give me Matthew 13:10. I don't know what that was. What was it, firecracker? It was on time, though. Dang, I got a hiccup over there. Yuri, where we at?
You call Matthew 13?
Yes, and verse 10.
Matthew chapter 13 and verse 10. And the disciples came and said unto him, why speakest thou unto them in parables?
Why do you speak to the people in parables, Lord? Go ahead.
He answered and said unto them, because it is given unto you to know the mysteries of the kingdom of heaven.
There was an order. Christ gave the mysteries to the kingdom of heaven to the teachers first and foremost. That's why when we get understanding, it goes to the bishops, deacons, and captains first. Everybody understand that? Read that again.
Because it is given unto you to know the mysteries of the kingdom of heaven. Mm-hmm. But to them it is not given.
But to them it is not given. Why? Because there had to be order. Because one thing with black and Latino people, you learn something you always try to overthrow. I know what you know. Oh, I'm going to overthrow you. Get the hell out of here. That's why many black organizations always fail. Because somebody always got a bright idea to circumvent and usurp. So Christ said, I'm teaching you teachers first. You 12. I'm giving it to you to understand first and foremost. Where you at, Yuri?
We just read verse 11.
Read.
Verse 12. For whosoever hath, to him shall be given, and he shall have more abundance.
All right, so if you have learning, you're gonna learn more. Go ahead.
But whosoever hath not.
You don't want to learn? You all about your job, your business, the fourth kingdom, that's your joy? Go ahead.
From him shall be taken away, even that he hath.
The little bit you got, the Lord said he's going to take it from you. Go ahead.
Therefore, speak I to them in parables.
Christ said, that's why I speak to them in parables, meaning dark sentences, puzzles. Go ahead.
Because they seeing, see not.
Because they seeing, see not. Go ahead.
And hearing, they hear not. Neither do they understand.
Neither do they understand. Jump down to verse 34, Yuri.
Verse 34. All these things spake Jesus unto the multitude in parables.
In what?
In parables.
Meaning dark sentences, puzzles, illustrated stories. Go ahead.
And without a parable spake he not unto them.
When he spoke to the public, he spoke in parables only. What verse you at?
That was verse 34.
Read.
That it might be fulfilled, which was spoken by the prophet, saying, I will open my mouth in parables. I will utter things which have been kept secret from the foundation of the world.
You see that? So he uttered things kept secret from the foundation of the world, but he spoke it in parables. But he told the disciples plainly. He explained to them plainly. Okay? Because many of you read the Bible. I remember many of us came out of Christian church. We go, I don't understand what none of this means. And the pastor's dumb as a rock. He didn't know what it meant either. Okay? So now that we have that understanding, what does it mean to become enemies of the state? Becoming enemies of the state. We saw that Will Smith movie. But what does it mean for us today? I'm going to show you that in the Bible. This ain't going to be a walk through the park. This ain't going to be tiptoe through the tulips. None of that. Give me Acts 5:17. Remember what Christ taught the apostles. Actually, you know what I want first? Give me Matthew 10:16. Let's start there. Watch this. The teachers got it, right? So the teachers got the plain understanding. Watch this. Watch what Christ says.
Matthew chapter 10, verse 16. Behold, I send you forth as sheep in the midst of wolves. Mm-hmm. Be ye therefore wise as serpents.
Be wise as serpents, brothers and sisters. Go ahead.
And harmless as doves.
Harmless as doves. I want to meditate on that just for a second. Harmless as doves. Harmless as doves. What does it mean? Give me Romans 12:10. We're coming right back here, Yuri. Romans 12:10.
Romans chapter 12, verse 10. Be kindly affectioned one to another with brotherly love, in honor, preferring one another.
I want the one that says, and if at all possible. I want that verse.
Verse
18.
Verse 18. If it be possible, as much as lieth in you, live peaceably with all men.
Y'all see that part right there? Live peaceably with all men? That means harmless as a dove. Harmless as a dove. No one in here should be on YouTube trying to figure out how to make a bomb, how to rob a bank, how to rob and kill people. Read it, put that on the screen. What? Put that on the screen. So here's an example. I am sending you out like sheep among wolves. Therefore be shrewd as snakes, innocent as doves. Okay? So to be wise as a serpent, meaning we got to be wise when it comes to the word of God. Be wise. How to maneuver in society. Everybody understand that? But then at the same time, be harmless. Be at peace with all men. Don't be trying to pick fist fights. I hope everybody understands that. Let's go on back. Yuri, where we at? Matthew 10.
Matthew chapter 10, verse 16.
Come on.
Behold, I send you forth as sheep in the midst of wolves. And be ye therefore wise as serpents and harmless as doves.
Come on.
But beware of men, for they will deliver you up to the councils, and they will scourge you in their synagogues. Mm-hmm. And ye shall be brought.
Now we look at that. I'm letting you know that's happened several times. Some of you read it and just think it was only for the time of the apostles. No, it happened during the time of Spain and Portugal. It's going to happen here in this last days in this fourth kingdom. Read it again, verse 17.
But beware of men, for they will deliver you up to the councils, and they will scourge you in their synagogues.
They will scourge you in their synagogue. Now you may say, black people ain't got no synagogues. It ain't talking about black people having synagogues. It's talking about your friendly neighborhood white man. We're going to get that in a little few minutes. Go ahead.
And ye shall be brought before governors and kings for my sake, for a testimony against them and the Gentiles.
No matter what they do, when they bring us before them, it's going to be as a testimony against them. Read.
But when they deliver you up, take no thought how or what ye shall speak.
Don't worry about your notes. That's because you like to write things down. But the Lord said, don't worry about that. Go ahead.
For it shall be given you in that same hour what ye shall speak.
The Holy Spirit's going to come upon you. Read.
For it is not ye that speak.
It ain't you that speak, brothers and sisters. Go ahead.
But the Spirit of your Father which speaketh in you.
That's that Holy Spirit right there. Come on.
And the brother shall deliver up the brother to death.
Why? Because some of your earthly brothers do not believe this gospel. They don't believe we're the Israelites. They don't believe the teachings of Christ. Go ahead.
And the father, the child.
And some of your fathers don't believe we're the Israelites. Read.
And the children shall rise up against their parents.
Parents, some of your children don't believe they're the Israelites and we must keep the commandments. They don't believe that. They're going to deliver you up. Thus saith the Lord. This ain't what I said. This is what the Son of God is prophesying. Go ahead.
And cause them to be put to death.
Y'all see that right there? And cause them to be put to death. Y'all better wake up. Your kids go off, let them go. Stop trying to hold on to them. Okay? I remember there was a sister in New York. Her daughter said, I don't believe I'm an Israelite. I don't believe in keeping God's commandments. And the mother was forced, and the young lady was about 16, 17 years old. The daughter goes to school, I think she was 16, and told the school, my mother's abusing me. Got mama arrested, taken before the council. She said, my mama is in a cult. That's what her 16-year-old daughter did. Another brother was going through a divorce with his wife. She said, the wife said, I don't believe in that Israelite crap. Keeping no damn command. I'm sick of that. I want to wear my pants and show my behind. She said, I'm taking you half of all you got, and I'm getting the kids. They go to court. She pulled out videotapes where the brother was teaching, saying the white man's the devil. She said, my husband is in a cult, teaching my children evil. Brother lost everything. The judge said, oh, really? He lost everything. And that was his house. He bought, he paid for. His cars that he paid for. She ain't paid for a damn thing. But she went to that court and lied. Well, she really didn't lie, but she used that against him. This is what they do. This is what Christ is saying. Now, that was just a small thing that I can tell you in hindsight is going to escalate like you've never seen. What verse you at, Yuri?
Verse 22.
Come on.
And ye shall be hated of all men for my name's sake. But he that endureth to the end shall be saved.
He that endureth to the end shall be saved. Come on.
But when they persecute you in this city, flee ye into another.
You see that, brothers? When you're persecuted in this city, Christ said, flee to the next city. Go ahead.
For verily I say unto you, ye shall not have gone over the cities of Israel till the Son of Man be come.
Meaning we won't reach all Israel. It's impossible. We number the sand of the sea. The Lord said, don't worry about that. You just do what you can. I got the rest. Go ahead.
The disciple is not above his master, nor the servant above his Lord.
We're not above the Son of God. Go ahead.
It is enough for the disciple that he be as his master.
It's enough for us to be as Christ. Go ahead.
And the servant as his Lord. If they have called the master of the house Beelzebub.
If they call the master of the house the devil, evil, and a cult. Go ahead.
How much more shall they call them of his household?
How much more shall they call us of his household? Read.
Fear them not, therefore.
Watch this.
For there is nothing covered that shall not be revealed, and hid that shall not be known.
That's why things are coming up out at a speedy race. Go ahead.
What I tell you in darkness.
Now this goes back to the parables. Christ said, what I tell you in darkness,
that speak ye in light.
I want you to speak it to the light. Bring it open. Make it plain for the people. Go ahead.
And what ye hear in the ear.
And what I told you in private, you disciples. Go ahead.
That preach ye upon the house.
I want you to go in the housetops and spring it. Yell it. Make it plain to the people so they understand. Read.
And fear not them which kill the body. But are
now,
not.
Wait. Read that again.
And fear not them which kill the body.
That's the repercussion of speaking openly the dark sentences. That's the repercussion of speaking openly what Christ told us in the ear. I want you to speak it plain to the public. I want you to speak it plain to the people. Read it again.
And fear not them which kill the body.
You're going to get killed as a result. They're going to call what you're teaching hate speech. Why? Because it's a testimony against all nations for what they did to us. Read it again.
And fear not them which kill the body, but are not able to kill the soul.
Christ said, but they can't kill your soul. Don't worry about them, what they do to your flesh. They cannot kill the real you. They can't kill your soul. Go ahead.
But rather fear him which is able to destroy both soul and body in hell.
But fear him which is able to destroy both soul and body in hell, meaning the lake of fire. That's who you fear. Christ warned us. From there, Acts 5:17. Acts 5:17, please.
Acts chapter 5, verse 17.
So we're still talking about enemies of the state. What makes us enemies of the state? Speaking the words of God plainly makes us enemies of the state. Go ahead.
Then the high priest rose up, and all they that were with him, which is the sect of the Sadducees, and were filled with indignation.
Filled with what?
Indignation.
Anger. Hatred. They were filled with anger and hate against the apostles. Go ahead.
And laid their hands on the apostles and put them in the common prison.
And put them in prison. I want y'all to see this. Go ahead.
But the angel of the Lord by night opened the prison doors and brought them forth and said.
So the angel of the Lord took them out of prison. Go ahead.
Go, stand, and speak in the temple to the people all the words of this life.
See that? Speak to the people all the words of this life. Jump down for time's sake to verse 27.
Verse 27. And when they had brought them, they set them before the council.
Set them before where?
Before the council.
Didn't Christ said they would be taken before the councils? Go ahead.
And the high priest asked them, saying, did not we straitly command you that ye should not teach in this name?
Enemies of the state. Enemies of the state. Did we not straitly command that you should not teach in this name? Go ahead.
And behold, ye have filled Jerusalem with your doctrine.
You filled these Israelites with your doctrine. That's what we're doing, brothers. That's what we're doing, sisters. Go ahead.
And intend to bring this man's blood upon us.
To bring judgment on the people. That's what's going to happen. What verse was that, Yuri?
Verse 28.
Read.
Verse 29. Then Peter and the other apostles answered and said, we ought to obey God rather than men.
That's the end of the matter. We ought to obey God, what this Bible says, rather than man. Now give me Acts 8. Acts 8:1. Enemies of the state. Acts chapter 8. They didn't stop teaching, but look what happened as a result. Come on.
Acts chapter 8, verse 1. And Saul was consenting unto his death.
The death of Stephen. Go ahead.
And at that time, there was a great persecution against the church.
There was a great persecution against the church. Great persecution against the church. Great persecution against the church. As it was back then, so shall it be in these last days under this fourth kingdom. Read.
Which was at Jerusalem. And they were all scattered abroad.
The whole church was scattered abroad.
Throughout the regions of Judea and Samaria, except the apostles.
Brothers, sisters, listen good. It happened then. It's going to happen again. But the 12 stuck together. The 12 stuck together, but everybody else was scattered. That's why men and women, your houses must be in order. You must meditate upon God's laws. Familiarize yourself with the parables and dark sentences. It's not going to be the end, because what happened? Read.
And devout men carried Stephen to his burial and made great lamentation over him.
Watch this.
As for Saul, he made havoc of the church.
He made havoc of the church. It happened then. It's going to happen again. IUIC, Israel United in Christ, we understand it's not going to last forever. This is for a limited time and limited time only, because we know what's going to happen. Read.
Entering into every house and hailing men and women, committed them to prison.
That's what they know. All your Facebook pages, they know your social media pages. They're going to come for you, brothers. They're going to come for you, sisters. Read it again. Read it again. Read it again.
As for Saul, he made havoc of the church, entering into every house and hailing men and women, committed them to prison.
Come on.
Therefore, they that were scattered abroad went everywhere preaching the word.
That's why, brothers that escape, you're going to preach this word everywhere. Preach it everywhere. I'm preparing the way for you, brothers and sisters. I'm letting you know what's going to go down, okay? And you men and women that get imprisoned, some of y'all going to get broken. They're going to break some of your spirits. And that's when your fathers are going to turn against you. Your brothers are going to turn against you. Your children going to turn against you. Everybody ain't built for this. Everybody understand that? Oh, some of y'all nervous right now. Right, like Nelson Mandela. They broke him in prison. Came out and they made him the president. He's a broke Negro now. Okay, they said, divorce your wife, many too. Stop the uprising. Okay, Acts chapter 12, please. Acts chapter 12 and 1.
Acts chapter 12 and verse 1. Now about that time, Herod the king stretched forth his hands to vex certain of the church.
Herod was the white man, so-called Jewish man. Go ahead.
And he killed James, the brother of John, with the sword.
He killed John. Go ahead.
And because he saw it pleased the Jews.
And because he saw it pleased the Jews, they was happy when he was killed. Go ahead.
He proceeded further to take Peter also.
He arrested Peter. Come on.
Then were the days of unleavened bread.
Then were the days of unleavened bread. Then were the days of unleavened bread. For time's sake, I'm just going to jump. Jump down. Let me see. Peter gets let out of prison. Jump down to verse 16.
Verse 16. But Peter continued knocking.
Because Peter got let out of the prison by the angels. And he went to the house where the disciples were meeting. Okay, read it again.
But Peter continued knocking.
No, start above it. Start above it. 13.
Verse 13.
12.
Verse 12. And when he had considered the thing, he came to the house of Mary, the mother of John.
This is where Peter went. Go ahead.
Whose surname was Mark, where many were gathered together, praying.
Peter knew that was a safe house. Peter knew I could go there. The Israelites would be praying. So there were safe houses set up. I want y'all to see that. I want y'all to see that they had safe houses set up. Go ahead.
And as Peter knocked at the door of the gate, a damsel came to hearken, named Rhoda. And when she knew Peter's voice, she opened not the gate for gladness.
She got so happy when she heard Peter's voice. Go ahead.
But ran in.
She ran in.
And told how Peter stood before the gate.
She said, hey, Peter's at the gate. Peter's at the gate. Peter's at the gate. Go ahead.
And they said unto her, thou art mad.
They said, sis, you crazy.
But
what? Go ahead.
But she constantly affirmed that it was even so. Then said they, it is his angel.
They said, Peter's dead. That's his angel. That's his spirit. Peter is dead. They killed John, sis. James, excuse me. They said James? Yes. They killed James, sis. They arrested Peter. Peter dead. They didn't know the angel released Peter. And Peter escaped. Peter was a fugitive. Peter was a fugitive running for his life. He ran to the safe house where these disciples were hidden. How do you know it was a safe house? Jump back to where Acts chapter 8 real quick. Acts chapter 8. This is how you know it was a safe house. Acts 8 and 3.
Acts chapter 8 verse 3. As for Saul, he made havoc of the church.
Watch this.
Entering into every house.
Entering where?
Into every house.
Read.
And hailing men and women, committed them to prison.
So how come in Acts 12, let's go back there again. Where was we at, Yuri?
Verse 16.
Yes, go ahead.
But Peter continued.
No. What's the where they were praying?
Yes, sir. Verse 12.
Go ahead.
And when he had considered the thing, he came to the house of Mary, the mother of John, whose surname was Mark, where many were gathered together praying.
How come nobody went there? They didn't know about that house. They didn't know about that house where the disciples were gathered together praying. Praying. They weren't plotting to make bombs. They were praying for the Most High to help them, bless them, keep them. Spare thy people, O Lord. That's what they were praying. Everybody understand that? It happened then. It's going to happen again. Okay? From there. Give me Matthew 24, verse 6.
Matthew chapter 24, verse 6.
Uh-huh.
And ye shall hear of wars and rumors of wars.
Now, we're seeing that right now with the Ukraine and Russia. Go ahead.
See that ye be not troubled.
Don't worry about that, brothers and sisters. Come on.
For all these things must come to pass.
Christ said these things must come to pass.
But the end is not yet.
The end ain't yet. Come on.
For nation shall rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom. And there shall be famines and pestilences and earthquakes.
Don't we see pestilences? COVID-19? It ain't over. The party ain't over. Okay? You're going to see all kinds of disease. Y'all can just put those images on the screen when you get them. Okay? I just happen to pause and look up, but if I ain't looking, just put it up. Okay, where we at, Yuri?
Verse 7.
Okay, Matthew 24, verse 7. Go ahead.
And pestilences and earthquakes in diverse places.
And we're seeing earthquakes in many places. Come on.
All these are the beginning of sorrows.
Watch this.
Then shall they deliver you up to be afflicted.
Notice he's repeating it again. Go ahead.
And shall kill you.
And shall what?
And shall kill you.
Some of us going to get killed. Go ahead.
And ye shall be hated of all nations for my name's sake.
You got to think about that. You shall be hated of all nations. Some type of laws and legislation would have to be set in order to get everybody against us. Everybody? All nations against us? Everybody. Go ahead.
And then shall many be offended.
This is what I was talking about. Some of you that are going to get arrested, you're going to get offended. You're going to see what's happening, you're going to get offended. Okay, right. Go put that on the screen, Elisha. Right, this is another example. They got us as number 3 hate group. And the KKK is number 20. Are you kidding me? They got us right, a century of murdering black people, but they're number 20. And us reading the Bible is number 3. There is a hidden agenda, brothers. There is a hidden agenda, sisters. This is what Christ is talking about. Read that again, Yuri.
And then shall many be offended, and shall betray one another.
And shall what?
And shall betray one another.
I'll tell you what a safe house is. I know where Mary is. I know where the disciples are. Where they praying. I know. I'll tell you. Just have mercy on me. Christ said, if you lose your life, you shall gain it. But if you seek to save your life, you shall lose it. That's what Christ said. He warned us. Christ has warned us. Read again, Yuri.
And then shall many be offended, and shall betray one another, and shall hate one another.
I never believed in that Israelite stuff, keeping the commandments. I didn't believe in that stuff. We as Negroes, we African Americans, we could have whatever religion the world says, we got to follow it. Tell what that keeping the commandments stuff. Go ahead.
And many false prophets shall arise.
Many false prophets shall arise from Christianity, Judaism, and Islam. Those are the 3 world's largest religions, that one world religion. Go ahead.
And shall deceive many.
And shall deceive many. Come on.
And because iniquity shall abound, the love of many shall wax cold.
The love of many, the love of keeping God's law shall wax cold. Come on.
But he that shall endure unto the end, the same shall be saved.
If you can endure, brothers, if you can endure, sisters, to the end, then will you be saved. Endure what? We just read it. Read it again, Yuri, real quick. Read 9 to that point real quick. Just read it fast for us.
Then shall they deliver you up to be afflicted, and shall kill you. And ye shall be hated of all nations for my name's sake. And then shall many be offended, and shall betray one another, and shall hate one another. And many false prophets shall rise, and shall deceive many. And because iniquity shall abound, the love of many shall wax cold. But he that shall endure unto the end, the same shall be saved.
If we can just endure that, brothers and sisters, endure that tribulation, that persecution, Christ promised we shall be saved. But if you give up hope, if you get broken, imprisoned, whether it's waterboarding or torture, whatever, you're not going to be saved. You will not be saved. Read, Yuri.
And this gospel of the kingdom shall be preached in all the world for a witness unto all nations. And then shall the end come.
And then shall the end come. Enemies of the state. Enemies of the state. Give me Luke 1:5 real quick, Yuri. You mentioned Herod earlier.
Luke chapter 1 and verse 5. There was in the days of Herod, the king of Judea, a certain priest named...
That's all I wanted. Herod, the king of Judea. Herod, the king of Judea. Herod, the king of Judea. Now give me Revelation 2:9. Herod was Amalek. Herod was an Idumean. Yeah, put that on the screen, please. That's Herod. Okay. He was an Idumean. Can we look that up? Idumean? Or look up Herod. Just look up Herod on the Bible dictionary. It might be, yeah. You know what I mean? I don't know what it's going to say. Go ahead, click something. Y'all should have had it already. I've been getting on New York for a while. Y'all should have learned your lesson. I want the Herod's race. Get the Bible dictionary. Y'all should have had a snapshot of it. Come on. Take a screenshot and put it on the screen. I told you, y'all should have folders with all this stuff. This is stuff we go over almost every week. Does that say who he is? Okay. Did that say it? Is that it?
Yes, sir.
All right, read that.
Herod the Great, when the Roman ruler Pompey organized East in 63 BC, he appointed Hyrcanus, the second person of that name, to be the high priestly ruler over Galilee, Samaria, Judea, and Perea. Antipater, an Idumean, was Hyrcanus' senior officer.
Okay, it's not telling me about Herod. Go to the online class. It's in there. Online class, we just sent it. That's it right there. And I want y'all to blow that part up. I don't need all those other words. It's going to confuse the listeners at home. Zoom in. All right, put it on the screen.
Herod, Idumean rulers of Palestine.
Y'all see that? Herod, Idumean rulers of Palestine. All right. I'm going to ask you another question. Can you look up Idumean? It said Herod was Idumean. I want to know what Idumean means. These should be in folders. Every IUIC school should have a folder with all the common scriptures we go to. There should be no confusion like New York and now Riverdale. Greenleaf. Go ahead, put it on the screen. Right, I like that one. Put that one on the screen. These should be in folders. Read that, Yuri.
Idumea, pertaining to Edom, Greek and Roman name for Edom.
So that's what Herod was. So go back to Luke 1:5, please.
Luke chapter 1, verse 5. There was in the days of Herod, the king of Judea.
So Herod was the king of Judea, the king of Judah, but he was an Idumean, an Edomite. He was not the race of the Jews. Revelation 2:9, please.
Revelation chapter 2, verse 9.
Actually, I don't want that one yet. Give me the book. Who is Edom? Who is Edom? I want that book. Yeah, this guy, Charles A. Weissman, they killed him. He's Amalek, he's so-called Jew, and he brought out a lot of information on his own people. Let's go to the next page. All we want is the highlighted area. Yuri, all I want is the highlighted area.
Yes, sir.
Zoom in so it fills the screen. Read that.
Herod was a shrewd and unscrupulous tyrant, and was despised by the Judites because he was an Idumean and not one of their own stock.
Herod was not a Judite. He was not an Israelite. Go ahead.
Herod hated the people of Judah.
Herod hated our people. Go ahead.
And one of his first acts was to execute 45 of the leaders of the old aristocracy to eliminate any rivalry for leadership. Having secured the kingship, Herod
having secured the kingship, that was Luke chapter 1, verse 5. Herod, king of Judea, he secured the kingship. Go ahead.
Herod next destroyed the priestly line of Hyrcanus, the last being Antigonus, who taunted Herod with his Idumean origin and asserted that the kingdom should fall on one of the royal family.
Raise it up. Should we read that?
We thus find that in the years just before the time of Christ, Judea was controlled by an Edomite faction who usurped the Judite name, land, and heritage.
Y'all see that? Raise it up.
Historically, the Edomites became known as Jews.
You see that? Historically, the Edomites. But it wasn't in sync. They interrupted me. Greenleaf, go ahead. Read it again, Yuri.
Historically, the Edomites became known as Jews, a term derived from Judea, which was derived from the name Judah, being the royal line of Israel, though they were never of Judah or Israel.
These Edomites, Herod was never of Judah or Israel. Next page, please. Give me the next page, please.
The origins.
Wait, it ain't on the screen yet.
Yes, sir. The origins of the Jews. The Jews of today fall within two main types: the Sephardic Jew, and the Ashkenazi Jew. The Sephardim are also known as Spanish Jews.
Right, from Spain. Go ahead.
And constitute about 5% of the Jews in the world. The Ashkenazim are the East European Jews, which were found in Poland, Russia, Germany, and Western Asia.
That's the group, the Israelis, that went over there. Go ahead.
This group of Jews make up 90% of the so-called Jews in the world.
Go ahead.
Many reference and historical sources have unequivocally identified that the bulk of the Ashkenazi Jews were derived from a people known as Khazars, or Khazars in some texts. The original Jewish encyclopedia of 1905 revealed that the main stock of the Jews came from this Asiatic people known as Khazars or Khazars.
And y'all can look it up, but you can buy this Jewish encyclopedia. I got a copy of it. So their scholars know that they come from Khazaria. They know that. But the bulk of the rest of them say, hey, we got to keep that secret. Go ahead.
Khazars, a people of Turkish origin, whose life and history are interwoven with the very beginnings of the history of the Jews of Russia. Historical evidence points to the region of the Urals as the home of the Khazars.
Next page.
The Khazars are also of Edomite stock.
Now we get a bomb. Read it again here.
The Khazars are also of Edomite stock, and both stocks make up the present-day Jews.
Do y'all see that? Wow, no bomb. Wow. Read.
According to the Jewish encyclopedia, the original stock of the Khazars came from the land of Edom.
That's right. Next page. Zoom in.
No.
Now, they got some scriptures. Go ahead, read that.
As it is written, Jacob have I loved, but Esau have I hated. Romans chapter 9, verse 13.
Raise it up.
God not only hates Esau, Edom, and is against these people, but refers to them as the people of my curse. Isaiah 34:5. This curse is not just on Esau, but also his seed and his brethren.
Next page. You get better.
There is not one favorable or positive statement in the Bible in relation to Esau-Edom. If God hated you and your ancestors, how would you react and what would you do? By natural reaction, you would be against God and his people and try to prevent them from finding out you are Esau. The one God is against. No. I'll wait. The one God is against, knowing that if God is against something, so will his followers. Who is it that tries to conceal the identity as Edom, the one hated by God, by claiming to be Israel, the one loved by God? Only one group of people reacts as though God has hatred for them. That is the Jews. Why do you suppose the Jews form organizations such as the Anti-Defamation League to monitor and combat hate and to identify quote unquote hate groups? Would not Esau want to do this? Why is it that it is predominantly Jews who promote the anti-hate laws and other hate crime legislation? If you were Esau-Edom, would you not do the same? An Edomite would also want to infiltrate churches.
Okay. Hey, give me, now notice I mentioned they set up the Anti-Defamation League. Give me the board of directors. It's a link. Yes, sir. Say it. Yeah. Oh, you ain't got no mic? Yes, Weissman. They killed him. This is the ADL, the Anti-Defamation League's board of directors. This is all Esau. Raise it up. Ain't not one nigga among them. Not a nigga in sight. Look at those names. This is them. This is them. Mm-hmm. Schneiders and Wolfs and Sinks. That's them. Hey, give me the next link about the ADL calls for an improved. Here's the next. This is what the author was talking about. They set these groups up, the ADL. Look at this. Read that, Yuri.
ADL.
Wait. It ain't even on the screen. We need to see the title.
ADL calls for improved hate crime reporting in response to new FBI data.
That's what the author of the book was talking about. This is what they do. Go ahead, raise it up.
New national data reveals deadliest year on record for hate crimes, even as fewer agencies reported data. ADL, the Anti-Defamation League, today called on Congress and law enforcement agencies across the U.S. to improve data collection and reporting of hate crimes in response to newly released FBI data for 2019. The data reveals a harrowing trend of increasing hate crimes being reported in the United States, even as fewer law enforcement agencies provided data to the FBI.
Give me the president of the ADL that we just saw. Give me him. He appeared on the Breakfast Club. Greenblatt. Jonathan Greenblatt. Right there. Jonathan Greenblatt, he's president of the Anti-Defamation League. He made a special appearance on the Breakfast Club with Charlemagne to spew lies. He went on the show, and Charlemagne did not dare challenge him in his lies. Not at all. He brought all kind of lies about the Israelites, and the Israelites have committed no crimes that have been proven. None at all. But he keeps spewing the lie after lie. And now they're in court working with the FBI. Why? So that the truth of who the real Israelites are don't get out. They have to eliminate us from gathering and organizing the people, okay? You can take it off the screen. Give me Revelation 2:9.
Revelation chapter 2, verse 9. I know thy works and tribulation and poverty, but thou art rich. And I know the blasphemy of them which say they are Jews.
Christ said, I know the blasphemy of them which say they are Jews.
And are not.
And are not the Jews.
But are the synagogue of Satan.
Christ said they're the synagogue of Satan. Go ahead.
Fear none of
Go ahead,
those.
put it on the screen. Put it on the screen. Read that again. But what?
But are the synagogue of Satan.
Read.
Fear none of those things which thou shalt suffer.
What they gonna do?
Behold, the devil shall cast some of you into prison.
So he's talking about the synagogue of Satan. He's talking about these people that you see right there. They're the ones with the ADL and the FBI creating new laws, new legislation against hate speech. Anytime you read the Bible correctly now, it's hate speech. If it isn't for God so loved the world that he gave his only begotten, hate speech. That's what they do. Read it again.
Fear none of those things which thou shalt suffer. Behold, the devil shall cast some of you into prison, that ye may be tried, and ye shall have tribulation 10 days.
Woo! I'm sorry, Yuri. I just got sidetracked with that picture. Read it again. I didn't hear what you read.
Yes, sir. Fear none of those things which thou shalt suffer.
So, brothers, sisters, this coincides with the prophecy of Matthew 24. Christ said, fear none of those things which thou shalt, what's that word?
Suffer.
Suffer. Go ahead.
Behold, the devil shall cast some of you into
The
prison,
devil shall cast some of you into prison. Go ahead.
that ye may be tried,
That you may be tried. That means tortured. Go ahead.
and ye shall have tribulation 10 days.
Now, the Lord's allowing you to be in a prison, allowing those of us who get in prison to be tried, to try our spirit, to try our soul, to see where we at in this gospel. Because it's easy to say you believe when things is comfortable, when things is good, when everything's A-OK. But when you get thrown in prison and tried, read that again.
That ye may be tried, and ye shall have tribulation 10 days. Be thou faithful unto death.
Be faithful unto what?
Unto death.
Unto what?
Unto death.
Brothers, sisters, Christ prophesied, be thou faithful unto death. He letting us know some of us will get put to death at the hands of these so-called Jewish people, the ADL, the FBI. That's what he's letting us know. Did you finish that? You read on, Yuri.
And I'll read it again. Be thou faithful unto death, and I will give thee a crown of life.
See that? If you're faithful to death, he said, I will give you the crown of life. That's what he said in Matthew 24. He that shall endure to the end, the same shall be what? Saved. That's that crown of life. Okay? Yuri, where you at?
Yeah, verse 11.
You finished it?
No, we just read verse 10.
Go ahead.
Verse 11. He that hath an ear, let him hear what the Spirit saith unto the churches.
All right. Give me 2 Ezra 11:40 now. So this fourth kingdom, which is the eagle, which is Esau, Edom, which is the so-called Jews and the rest of those Edomites, this is the kingdom we live in. 2 Ezra 11:40.
2 Ezra chapter 11, verse 40. And the fourth came and overcame all the beasts that were past.
So this fourth kingdom overcame all the past beasts. Everybody with me so far? Hope you're not get lost. We went right back to Esdras about this fourth kingdom. Go ahead.
And had power over the world.
This fourth kingdom has power over the world.
With great fearfulness.
With great fearfulness.
And over the whole compass of the earth.
Read.
With much wicked oppression.
I want y'all to notice that. With much wicked oppression. The oppression involves us being oppressed teaching this Bible. Go ahead.
And so long time dwelt he upon the earth with deceit.
Come on. With what?
With deceit.
Deceit. Go ahead.
For the earth hast thou not judged with truth.
This fourth kingdom will not judge this earth with truth, meaning God's word. Go ahead.
For thou hast afflicted the meek.
See that? Thou, talking about this eagle, this fourth beast, would afflict the meek.
Thou hast hurt the peaceable.
Thou hast hurt the peaceable. Now, in case you didn't know who the peaceable are, in chapter 13, we're coming right back here. 13 and 40.
2 Ezra chapter 13, verse 40. Those are the 10 tribes.
I'm sorry, 39.
Yes, sir. Verse 39. And whereas thou sawest that he gathered another peaceable multitude unto him.
Who is that peaceable multitude?
Those are the 10 tribes.
Those are the 10 tribes. Let's go back to 2 Ezra 11. And what verse did you leave off at?
Verse 40.
42 again.
Verse 42. For thou hast afflicted the meek.
Thou hast afflicted the meek. That's the southern kingdom.
Thou hast hurt the peaceable.
That's the northern kingdom. The 10 tribes. Go ahead.
Thou hast loved liars.
This fourth kingdom loves liars. Go ahead.
And destroyed the dwellings of them that brought forth fruit.
Come on.
And has cast down the walls of such as did thee no harm.
They cast down the walls of Jerusalem. They also cast down the walls that were here throughout the Americas. Read.
Therefore is thy wrongful dealing come up unto the highest.
Now the Lord is taking notice. Come on.
And thy pride unto the mighty.
Come on.
The highest also hath looked upon the proud times.
The proud times is the times of their inventions, the Industrial Revolution, railroads and airplanes and things of that nature, even satellites and spacecrafts and weaponry like of missiles and ICBM technology, cell phones and smart TVs. These are the proud times. Read that again, Yuri.
The highest also hath looked upon the proud times, and behold, they are ended.
They are ended, coming to an end. Come on.
And his abominations are fulfilled.
Come on.
And therefore appear no more, thou eagle.
Therefore appear no more, thou eagle, is the prophecy. This kingdom will come to its final end. Come on.
Nor thy horrible wings.
Nor thy horrible wings, including France and Germany, Spain and Portugal. Go ahead.
Nor thy wicked feathers.
Nor thy wicked feathers, their leaders. Go ahead.
Nor thy malicious heads.
Nor thy malicious heads, the 3 main ones. Go ahead.
Nor thy hurtful claws.
That's their armies. Go ahead.
Nor all thy vain bodies.
That's their citizens. Nor all thy vain bodies. Their citizens. Go ahead.
That all the earth may be refreshed.
The only time there's going to be peace on earth, when this earth is truly refreshed, is when this kingdom is thrown down. When this fourth kingdom comes to its final end. Go ahead.
And may return, being delivered from thy violence.
This earth shall be delivered from their violence.
And that she may hope.
This world wants to hope
for the judgment and mercy of him that made her.
So brothers, never give up. Never give up. Never give up. 12 tribes. And with that, we say shalom.
All praise to Most High. We didn't expect Bishop tonight. All praise. Most High bless us with Bishop tonight. All praise to Most High, man. Yeah, give Bishop a hand again, man. All praise to Most High. That was short, Bishop, compared to class shooter. That was short, Bishop.
You know why I kept it short? There's a brother, I ain't going to mention his name on mic. He said, you got to cut the class short. I said, why? He said, the people don't come for scriptures, they come to party.
Oh.
I didn't know if that was true, but I was like, what? I said, shame on you, brother. Shame on you, brother. But, boo that man. Boo! But he did say that. He did say that.
Oh, man. Captain Mazar, big bread?
All right. Everybody got bread and wine? Who does not have bread and wine? Raise your hand. All right, we got 2. 2 in the front, sisters. Let's make it happen, y'all. 2 in the front. Three in the front. We got 4. Stand by, stand by. Right, so nobody should be confused about who Esau Edom is. Right? All right, all praises, all praises. That was some powerful stuff, powerful stuff. Ready? One on the men's side? All right, come on. Let's move it, y'all. Come on. Let's go. Use your camp feet. All right. 1 Corinthians 11:23. For I have received of the Lord that which also I delivered unto you, that the Lord Jesus, the same night in which he was betrayed, took bread. And when he had given thanks, he brake it and said, Take, eat. This is my body, which is broken for you. This do in remembrance of me. After the same manner also he took the cup when he had supped, saying, This cup is the New Testament in my blood. This do ye, as oft as ye drink it in remembrance of me. For as often as ye eat this bread and drink this cup, ye do show the Lord's death till he come. Wherefore, whosoever shall eat this bread and drink this cup of the Lord unworthily shall be guilty of the body and blood of the Lord. But let a man examine himself, and so let him eat of that bread and drink of that cup. For he that eateth and drinketh unworthily eateth and drinketh damnation to himself, not discerning the Lord's body. For this cause many are weak and sickly among you, and many sleep. In the name of our Lord and Savior, Jesus the Christ, we pray. Amen.
Men Israel, are you ready?
Always ready.
Are you ready?
Always ready.
Who's the king? Who's the king? Who's the king? What color is he? What color is he? What color is he? Who are we? Who are we? Who are we? 12 tribes? 12 tribes? Unity. 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 Never give up. Never give up. Never give up. Now finally, my brethren, be strong in the Lord. His what? His what? His what? His what?